Hi, Kari. I'm so excited to be interviewing you. You're someone I've known for a very long time and worked with, and I'm a huge proponent of the work that you have done. I'm just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, just your background and your upbringing and interests, just very basic things.
Thanks, Danica. I'm happy to be doing this with you. And yes, there has been some time since we first met, for sure. I'm grateful for the work you've done with me over the years. It's been an honor. A bit about me. I'm in my mid-40s, and I have two boys, 13 and just about 8 years old, who are with me full-time. We like to hike and go to the beach and go camping in the summer. And in the winter, we like to toboggan, go to the ski hill, and cozy up and watch movies. For myself, I enjoy meditation, which is more of an offering and prayer ceremony for me. I enjoy my work, fasting, and walking daily. Oh, and sleeping. I really enjoy a good sleep.
Can you tell us what your life was like before you found your spiritual path? Did you have a spiritual and healing interest from a young age? What was your life like before you became a healer? What did you do for work?
Let's see. Before my spiritual path, as it is today, when I was a kid, I was certainly spiritual and didn't know it. It was quiet praying at night, an intrinsic faith, and connecting with that part of me inside that knew and felt things that couldn't be explained by the outside world. I kept them to myself. No one around me related or understood. If I tried sharing, well, let's just say I learned quickly that expressing my true feelings or unusual observations didn't help my sense of belonging, even in my immediate family. So I learned to fit in, and I became very good at it, doing all the right things. So before I started helping people heal full-time, I had successfully created a career in corporate records and information, consulting, and project management.
What guided you to go in the direction of healing as an offering?
At the beginning of my corporate career, I knew it was not what I wanted to be when I grew up. It was just a job. I knew I had a passion for something else deep down. I also had numerous health concerns. My health led me into some dire circumstances, including the emergency room. And time again, mainstream medicine had no answers for me and gave me things that made me feel worse or gave me other issues. Finally, I found myself seeing a master herbalist, which was through a strange course of events. It was certainly far more alternative then than it is now. And so I was careful at first who I told about it, but not for long, because when she changed my health 110% for the better, I wanted to shout it from the rooftops. Annette Bossert is her name. She was my first big inspiration. I said, if I could do this for just one person in my life, it will have made my entire life worth living. And I was only a few months into my healing and learning with her. This was a start. I enrolled in Master Herbology Diploma Program through the night school at Wild Rose College in Calgary. This is where I found my path. While I was studying at Wild Rose in the herbology program and in other areas of the natural healing arts, I came across Jackie Daniels' course. What it was called then was the Shaman's Path, and I knew immediately this was the fork in the road I was looking for. I needed to honor that part of me I had always kept hidden from the people around me in society. Learning from Jackie opened up my world to the ancient practices of healing and spiritual indigenous traditions. I was hooked, to say the least. It all resonated truth and felt like home for the first time in my life.
Your practice has evolved over the years. Can you tell us about where you started and what kinds of healing services you offered before the shift in your practice?
It was at that point, actually doing a shamanic journey assignment where I received what Spirit told me was my greatest gift on this earth. And to my surprise, I was given a tuning fork. I had no idea at the time, but feeling obligated to look into it, I discovered tuning forks are used as tools in vibrational healing. I took a course on tuning fork healing, and the instructor told me I had a natural talent, and I felt it. It made sense, and I knew exactly how to use them. So began my path of study and practice in energy medicine. In the early days of my work with the tuning forks as a healing tool, I developed my signature methodology. It's called bioenergetic tuning therapy, BioET. And I still offer it to people locally, but on occasion. Approximately 11 years ago, I noticed an increasing need to teach and guide my clients in their overall health alongside their tuning sessions in support of more complete and lasting healing. I began to see the time spent doing this with them was increasing organically, holding a greater importance as time went on. At the same time, I was delving deeper into my shamanic studies, personal work, exploration, and discovery. And I received a very clear message, once again, that I needed to, quote unquote, help people learn to heal themselves. Meaning BioET was helping them heal, but they needed to be more responsible for their own healing path and empowered to take hold of it. And that message is really what brought me to the major shift in my practice.
Can you tell us about your practice now? What do you focus on in helping others with?
That shift from the message that I received, it was a tough pill to swallow. But like the red pill in the Matrix, I had no choice. I learned years before that when Spirit guides, you heed that guidance without question. The decision was made. I just wasn't sure how to go about it. And it was scary. I had a strong footing in my BioET practice at the time and was enjoying offering spiritual connection workshops. But along with Spirit's guidance, of course, the universe was lining me up too, as it always does. Windows opened for my practice to evolve. Some in disguise of hardship, many spiritual tests, as they say, but all leading me to be better equipped to help people learn to heal themselves. So in search of how, I came to realize the health and wellness teaching and guidance I had been offering was essentially what is well known today as coaching. So in order to be qualified and have a method for providing structure and streamlining what I was already doing, I got a health coach certification. It's been a process, that's for sure, especially with 2 little kiddos in tow along the way. But now I've fully integrated my background in herbology, nutrition, shamanic healing, energy medicine, and everything else with my skills and in supporting and guiding people in order to reach better health and wellness. I have several service offerings and currently I'm serving North America and Western Europe. So if anyone's interested, they can find out what I offer on my website. It's EarthSoundWellness.ca.
I noticed that you focus on supporting empaths more in your work these days. Why is this? What is the importance of offering support to these highly sensitive people?
This is actually just one area where I specialize. I suppose the importance is in my personal journey as an empath. As a child, like I said, I felt things and knew things other people didn't. It was tough and a lonely childhood. And that led into the health challenges I mentioned, not only physical, but mental health, emotional, and spiritual. I feel my path of healing and growth as an empath has divinely driven me in this direction. Empaths are often misunderstood, often don't understand themselves, and just need real support and guidance from someone who gets it.
Can you tell us about your Empowered Empath group on Facebook and how someone might go about joining it?
Well, I forgot about people joining it. I'm glad you mentioned it. I will make sure there is a link on my website. And for anyone who wants to search it up on Facebook, I believe it's the only group with that name, but the full name is Empowered Empath Healing Experiences and Support. I created this group as a place for empaths or highly sensitive people to come together with others like us and to share also my availability to support and help with any healing or growth challenges they may be facing.
What do you feel you offer as a healer? Personally, not services-wise.
That's a good question. It's hard to differentiate myself, what I personally offer, from my work services. I guess it's because my spiritual self guides my work so much. Things I haven't mentioned are my abilities as an empath, what I call a high degree empath, where I'm able to tap into and energetically translate almost anything. And I've had to learn to manage that. And along with that, being a medical intuitive from the biochemical perspective. These really, I think, set me apart. From a broader perspective, I have a highly knowledgeable and wise and committed spiritual team who provide invaluable insights and information that I could never imagine on my own. This relates very much to the instances of channeling that I do in sessions. On an even more personal level, I offer my 100% dedication to helping my clients. I'm passionate about my work, and I'm gratefully obligated to fulfill it as my purpose.
What are your hopes and wishes for the people that you work with?
What I want most for my clients is for them to achieve whatever they set out to have, be, or do in working with me. I always set the intention for them before each session, that is, to have a meaningful experience in healing and growth that they can carry with them throughout their days.
What is your vision for the world and humanity?
My ultimate hopes and wishes are in the EarthSound Wellness business mission and vision statements. They're a tall order, call me a dreamer, but we can't get anywhere if we don't believe in and work for our dreams, right? If you're interested, check them out on my website, EarthSoundWellness.ca.
Are there any other spiritual practices that you have? Do you mind sharing about them?
I guess mainly the regular meditation that I do and teach my clients. It's, like I said, more of an offering and prayer ceremony. It's quite involved with many different essences offered and a process of connecting with spirit and higher consciousness, energetic cleansing, chakra clearing, balancing and alignment, and more. I have many other spiritual practices because I really try to work spirituality into my everyday life and tasks. But that's a whole other topic in itself.
Are there any spiritual philosophies, beliefs, or paths that you are drawn to that you would like to learn more about?
I have integrated so much into my work. I find, for the most part, I just end up delving deeper into each aspect to increase or, better my knowledge base. But something I have only a basic understanding of and have always been interested in and would love to learn more about is Ayurvedic medicine.
How do you think you have grown as a person in the last year?
Just when you get settled, there's always another layer to healing and growth. In the past year, I yet again gained an even greater, more profound depth of certainty in my connection with my higher power, and, as I like to say, a trust and faith that the universe has my back. I've also grown into a whole new level of self-love and taking care of myself that I, didn't expect to see. I guess as a single parent, I think I lost track of that for a while.
What is one thing you would like to grow about yourself in 2022?
I'm glad you asked. I firmly believe that to grow, we must heal something, and vice versa. Based on this, I want to make just a quick point, an important point, that we are all always healing and growing. If not, we're dying. I've found over the years that many people think a healer or guru isn't good enough unless they are perfect or done their healing, quote unquote. Not true. In fact, it's only the best healers who are unapologetically on a continual path of their own healing and growth. And ideally, they're only a few steps ahead of the person that they're helping. That said, I'm glad you asked this, because just today, I added a couple things for myself to work on this year, and I hadn't acknowledged them yet. I won't get into the gory details, but I can say for sure if I successfully grow out of these two obstacles, I will feel like a whole new person, yet again.
What is your sun sign, and do you feel you relate to it? If you know what your moon and ascendant signs are, do you feel like they reflect in your personality?
My sun sign is Aquarius, and I definitely relate to it on many levels. One being that I'm ridiculously proud to be Aquarius, which is an Aquarian trait. My rising sign, I get them mixed up. My rising sign is Libra, and moon sign Cancer. I relate to these very much. For example, respectively, I often build bridges for people in conflict. I do it automatically, unless I purposely stop myself. I find it's a successful trait in my work and in group friendships. My moon sign, on the other hand, brings in my least favorite traits in conflict with my sun sign. It's caused some minor turmoil in my past, but it's not at all troublesome in my life right now. And that's all I have to say about that.
Tell us more about the readings you offer and other products and services you offer.
Well, it's a wide range, really. Being that my work is full spectrum, holistic, coaching services offer various approaches depending on one's needs. So from 1-day intensives or a customized 3-session mini program to my signature 12-week programs. One is called Energetic Wellness Transformation. The other is Power of Self. Self meaning soul education for living in fulfillment. I offer natural health consulting, the mind-body sessions for the straight shooters, and health and soul sessions that provide more of a spiritual perspective. I offer bioenergetic tuning to locals, and this year I'll be offering my workshops online. Initial introduction calls are always free. So, I mean, it's not a paid service, right? But it is a service, and I won't work with someone who I'm not sure I can help. So we need to chat first. If I can't help, I will provide a referral or suggestions in a positive direction. It's probably also worth mentioning some things that are not always clear in my services. I specialize in spiritual healing or post-ceremony integration. And as I said before, empath awareness, healing, empowerment. I also offer support as an alternative health advocate, especially focused on individuals navigating the broad world of natural healing arts, so they can find the right modalities for their needs quickly before spending countless hours and dollars trying different things, which can be a long path.
Where can we find more information about accessing your products and services?
If you're interested in learning more about my services, the easiest way to go about it would be to check out my website. And even better, go there and book a free intro call so we can meet, get focused on your direction, and find out if my work is the right decision for you. My website, again, is EarthSoundWellness.ca. And there's a link to schedule a free call right on the first page. In the near future, I'm going to have a page of products there as well. I'm very excited. They will be items I have recommended for years and stand by them and encourage my clients and friends and family to own and, in support of their best health and wellness.
We are so excited to be collaborating with you in our bi-weekly newsletter, with your contribution being once monthly. Can you give us an in as to some of the themes you will be covering?
Well, I don't know. That would be spoiling the surprise. I actually don't have a concrete plan. Generally speaking, though, I will aim to be current and relatable, offer outside the box tips and practical advice. Themes with me are always health and wellness, but that's a big basket from the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies to the energetics of life, work, money, and relationships. I'm excited too.
And lastly, what would be in your shopping bag at Gaia Rising?
Ooh, virtual shopping. Let's see. Number one, definitely a good variety of resins. Maybe an extra sage, cedar, and sweet grass smudge. Some crystals for my pockets to support my chakras in this crazy world. And since it's virtual and no cost, I'll splurge and get those earrings and pendant I've been wanting.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with us, Kari. I look so forward to the future contributions that you are going to be putting together for our newsletter, and I hope that everyone enjoyed listening to our interview. Thanks very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Dannika.